Alright, so we are back with Black Myth Wukong. I want to say this is part 7, not entirely too sure. But last playthrough I finished off with fighting the Fubon, who is the giant beetle in the desert, along with the, I think it was a Rat King. And I also traveled back to chapter 1 to finish off the Red Loon dragon, or the Red Loon, who is a dragon, who is behind a waterfall in chapter 1. So I did those two things after having finished chapter 2 and went back to fight those two secret bosses and made my way back to chapter 3. So I didn't really progress much in chapter 3, so all of this is still new to me, so let's see where we're at. Didn't know we were gonna start off like this. Do something. Alright, so those statues are frozen? Oh no. Okay, just making sure that's going through. Another monkey! Oh, here. Those aren't monkeys. What? So I wonder, are all of them... Okay, just the ones that got hit by the mango? I don't know what you call that. Okay, so this one... So it's just kind of random. Some of them could be fake, some of them could be real. Oh, wow. I think it's got some range. He was swinging even after he died. Yeah, there you go. I can hear him swinging again. So I gotta watch out for that. So is this monkey friendly or no? Oh no. Macaque? He's trying to hit me from the jump. Oh, I got too aggressive there. Oh. Okay. What? Did he just fucking fart? baited me there. So he's got a lot of range on that. Fuck. Oh shit. He got me. Alright, buddy. That's just... I feel like that's just him fucking with me when he farts like that. Okay, he just poisoned me? Is that what that is? Oh, watch out for that. Too early. That damn ice I gotta look out for, that's slow. Okay, he just completely ignored that. Bro, you're almost dead. No, we're not racing this, bro. Come on now. What is that laugh? Damn, I can move fast when I'm like this. this not destructible? No, it's not. Okay, I was gonna say I hear some footsteps the whole time. Really need some help. Oh, you fucker! Okay, yeah, we're gonna go back. We'll be back, guys. We'll be back. Okay, so we have this one, but he's question marked out. Frozen Corpse. So, Frozen Corpse, Wisdom's lamp, lights, seasons, span. Time flows like water through our hands, snow and wind obscure the way, achievements drift like bubbles grand. The temple rules state, new monks entering the temple may receive a new Kasaya. One day, Master Non-Void joyfully welcomed a new disciple and wonderfully led him to the storeroom to fetch a Kasaya. The young disciple found that the Kasaya was made of a single layer of cloth, hardly adequate for the snowy mountains. He asked, Master, this thin Kasaya seems suitable for summer. Could I exchange it for a woolen one? Non-Void shook his own Kasaya and said, the one I wear is the same as the one in your hands, only more ornate. With the Buddha's wisdom in your heart, you shall fear the cold no more. The young disciple, still doubtful, asked, Master, I saw many seniors frozen to death by the roadside. Non-Void kindly replied, their understanding was shallow and minds unsteady. Yet you are different. I can see that you have the potential to comprehend the Buddha's wisdom. The young disciple, feeling proud, happily followed his master back with the Kasaya. Not long after, another frozen corpse appeared outside the temple gate. As Non-Void led his new disciple past it, the young disciple asked, Master, did these seniors all freeze to death? Non-Void continued walking slowly and said, Fear not, my disciple. They lacked piety and wisdom, but you are different. And we got the Yao Guai King, who is the Red Loon. So, Red Loon, smoke rises high from wood of fire, hit the back, let the beats respire, as in mist, thunders conspire. After the case of the old Loon King of Jing River was settled, the Loon princes found themselves facing an uncertain future. Following the journey west, rewards were given based on merit, but only the Loon princes alone awaited judgment. Heightening their anxiety, they sought out Yuan Shuqing and asked him for a sign of their fortunes. The signs showed the Loon lies hid, not a time for action, which became a thorn in their hearts. Among them, the most concerned were the 4 Loons who governed the 4 rivers and knew well the might of those above. They took the initiative to resign, hoping to save their lives by retreating, yet the letters they submitted to the Celestial Court were all returned. Time flew by, and one day Yuan Shuchen sought out the 4 Loons. He relayed that the signs had shifted to the Loon lies hid, it stirs in the deep, indicating a favorable time for action. Upon hearing this, the 4 Loons left their underwater abode and went their separate ways to plan their next moves. Red Loon was quite astute, knowing that Black Bear Guai was greedy for treasures and had the protection of Guanyin. He bartered all his valuable possessions with Black Bear Guai in exchange for an ideal cave nestled in the mountains. Afterward, he went to the seclusion in the cave and slept for many years. One day he awoke and wanted to soar up the sky and stretch his body again, but he found that he could hardly climb the clouds. He remembered an ancient saying, when a loon wishes to ascend to the sky, he must first climb the clawwood. He wielded his thunderbolt tail to carve out a set of clawwood in the mountains to help him fly, but it was still to no avail. Red Loon was unwilling to accept defeat and sought help from Black Bear Guai. Although Black Bear Guai was not good at flying, he couldn't resist the chance for profit that presented itself. He sold the Bushan censer he had bought from Guanyin's place to the Red Loon, claiming that the censer could create clouds and smoke. He cited a passage from ancient text to persuade Red Loon. A loon cannot traverse without clouds. Red Loon believed this to be true. He embedded the censer on his back and burned his will to forcibly create smoke from it. When one censer was not enough, he added another. Each time the censers emitted smoke, they greatly consumed his will. Yet the help they provided was very limited. Although Red Loon could use it to fly again, the flight could never compare to that of the old days. He could only reside warily among the clawwoods. Alas, to think that the world harbors such vexing realities, a skill once mastered can fade with neglect. Such is the nature of all knowledge. If not applied, it withers away to nothing in the end. How lamentable. Alright, so, back to it. So now I gotta watch out for this guy that likes to sneak attack people up here. Okay, so nothing to see on that side there. There's a guy right here, and he got me again. Man, that guy's annoying.
There's the breach of faith.
Oh wow. I probably should have used that then one more time, but oh well. Damn. Well, that was a crit if I ever seen one. Man, I'm still annoyed that guy got me. Okay, this guy should be the one I should be focusing then, huh?
I must give a clear order. No monkeys allowed.
Damn. Get all of you guys out of the way. He's still alive? I got these other fuckers to look out for too. Bro, how many shots do you take and you are so annoying? Got his spirit. That guy was a little, not difficult, but annoying, having to look out for 4 other guys with insane range, and him at the same time. And very agile, too, with hard-hitting weapons. But we made it happen. Okay, so we can't go in there, at least yet. I feel like we'll have to come back here soon. What was that? I feel like I just heard a monkey. Yeah, I'm hearing something down there. Something's over here. Oh, okay. It's you! Come on now. That's my fault too. I should probably stop being so aggressive. I never learn.
Faith and devotion, quite the notion. Yet how many can claim a mind so pure, still and sure? Look at you, through the heavy snow you roam. Desiring that thing, no doubt. I read your fortune before you came. Care to hear? Act not and be still, thy gifts art thy ill. If you seek your own end, I shall not stop you. I, the keeper of the New West, Welcome, the Destined One. Now fly!
Keeper of the West, welcome to Dustin. Where am I flying off to? Oh, okay. Wow. This game is something else. Like, really. The atmosphere, the music, the character design. Like, you could tell these people were very passionate about the game they made. And you buy the game and you get a fully released game. Like, there's no early access, there's no pay to win, no early pre-order access. Like, you get what you pay for. Not many games can do that nowadays and keep their word for it. And above that, like, exceeded.
See that temple on the lake? Therein lies the thing you seek. The lord of this land is away. Seize it now and leave.
The lord of this land is away? Okay, that thing on the lake is what you seek. And an offering. So that's you know what that means? That means there's a boss fight coming up. I don't know if I can craft anything. Can I? Oh no, I could craft this. But it'll kind of mess up what I have going on right now with my rare armor, like with my extra benefits to it. I want to, but I don't want. I want to buy like the full set at once. Unless it really comes down to it, I'm just like getting my ass beat, and then I gotta do it. He tried doing like a dive on me? Oh, he did. That was cool. Alright, let's see what we got. I know that this is definitely a boss fight. What you seek is on the lake. But there's a trick. Let's see what we fished for. Yeah, there it is. Is it a fish?
How delightful. It still recalls your scent. When that monkey was alive, he was all about weeping and begging for help. Now, even in death, he led all you younglings right to me.
Oh, this is the one in the introduction to Chapter 3.
This sack of mine can barely fit you all. Kang Jinglong, now that you are ready, go and weigh up this one for your master.
So we're fighting the apprentice of this person. Oh, a white
See
dragon.
if this monkey merits a place amongst my disciples.
Punching him, right? And the temple vanished. Oh, okay, we're starting off straight. Oh wow, he one hit me. Literally one hit me. Okay, this will be amazing fight. Disorientation. Okay, that was the first attempt. Terrible attempt. Well, I was just trying to survive long enough just to see what he can do. I can hear that one. What is that called again? The one in the trees? Okay, so we got another lesser Yaoguai. So a Yaksha patroller. In the mountains high above, a fiend blocks the way with a hideous visage and a crooked blade and sway. As the wind howls wildly, souls seem to fade. For life's last salvation, be swift and do evade. The Yakshas who migrated from the west had a great fondness for meat. Fortunately, New Thunderclap Temple did not uphold a strict rule against eating meat, which delighted the Yakshas who sought refuge there. All the Yakshas in the mountains aspire to become patrollers, not only because of the uniquely designed large sword that looked particularly imposing and could fly back to its owner with great precision, but also because patrollers guarded the outer mountains and always had access to fresh meat. One day the Yakshas gathered together, drinking blood, eating meat, and reveling in their merriment. Their raucous behavior soon became known throughout the temple. The overseeing monks, who adhered to ascetic practices and only ate food not of flesh, were displeased. They carried a large pot to the Yakshas. When the Yakshas peered into the pot, they saw only radishes and greens, and their appetite waned. One Yaksha derided them. Do you think eating this will help you gain a deeper understanding of Dharma? How shallow. Another added, our master said, to achieve ultimate bliss, one should not restrain one's desires. Hearing this, the supervising monk replied, my desire is to promote virtue. If I cannot persuade you, I too shall be unable to achieve ultimate bliss. Thus both sides argued heatedly without reaching a conclusion. Alas, eating what one likes and saying what one wants are not inherently wrong. However, one's happiness should not disturb others, and one should not derive pleasures from judging those perceived to have transgressed. In this case, both sides were at fault. So the kings is probably the dragon. So we're gonna hold off on that. Okay. So we got that out the way. I completely forgot what I was gonna do in the first place, which was look at the guy in the tree and remember what they are called. And they are called cyan bats. Okay, okay. Yao Guai king or queen?
You have chosen your way. This time, there will be no easy way out.
What? We're locked up now? Pagoda Realm. Starlit cloud bed and alien.
Should it be now? A deity.
The skeleton in here, they never made it out alive. Alright, so now let's finish up and read up on what we got. So we probably got 1 spark from all of that. Let's put that into our... Yeah, put that into our health. And now let's read up on the journal. So, the Yao Guai King is actually a queen, so it should say Yao Guai King Queen. There should be a separate one for it. But, who's to say? Kangjin Lung, halfway to the west, the journey long, returning to the homeland where dreams belong. Strengthened and weakened by the mighty sack, principle falters on a misguided track. Kangjin Lung, on one of the 28 constellations, is the second constellation of the Azure Lung of the East, with a sharp horn on her forehead. She once drilled through the gold symbols to rescue the great sage. Since then, the constellation officers have upheld the principle of staying sharp, leading many immortals to believe that some strange influence had evaded their consciousness. One day, during the roll call and the Dome of Stars, the Dawn Star was missing. Despite thorough inquiries, no one knew his whereabouts. Coincidentally, Yellow Brow returned to the New West to host a grand ceremony, inviting various Yao Guais, gods, immortals, and Buddhists to attend. Hearing the news, King Zhenlong sought permission from the celestial court and attended the ceremony, intending to secretly investigate the Dawn Star's disappearance. However, like the Dawn Star, King Zhenlong also vanished without a trace. The constellation officers speculated and compared notes, realizing that both the Dawn Star and King Zhenlong had once done the Great Sage big favors. They suspected a connection with the Great Sage. Reflecting on their past interactions with the Great Sage, they grew fearful. Kwai Mu Wolf scoffed, "Though that monkey ruined my plans, I still respect him, but you all who always boasted about your friendship with that monkey, why are you silent now?" That was maybe somewhere around 10 to 15 tries, maybe less than. Maybe even less than 15 tries.
Whiff of monkey stench. Stay where you are, newcomer. Wanderers in this place meet their demise.
So I can come back to get to him. Oh, you fucker. Wow, he's really taking out. He really took out a good amount of my health. What was that about? Oh, what the fuck? I bet when he comes up, he... Oh no, he doesn't do no damage when he comes up. Gives me a lot of XP though. And he takes away my health too. That's a cool one. Okay, so what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna look at that enemy. A lantern warden. Interesting. Ancient temple trees reach high in dungeon shadows, life's threads lie. In darkness, light appears, most vivid at the abyss near. The ancient temple on the mountain peak, weathered by the passage of time, had gradually fallen into disrepair. When the abbot returned after many years and saw the temple in such a state of ruin, he was filled with sorrow. Determined to restore the temple to its former glory, he spent a large amount of gold and silver to fund its reconstruction, hoping to showcase his path to the ultimate bliss. The abbot selected a towering forest in the mountains, intending to use the ancient trees there as beams for the new temple. The craftsmen responsible for the timber set up their shelters at the edge of the forest and began felling trees according to abbot's instructions. Everything proceeded smoothly, and within half of the year, all the necessary timber was prepared. The craftsmen received their wages and packed up, ready to ascend the mountain the next day. That night, a craftsman on night watch was patrolling the area carrying a lantern. Suddenly, rustling sounds from the forest set his nerves on edge. Terrified, he woke everyone up with their lanterns lit and axes in hand. All the craftsmen treaded into the forest to locate the source of the sound. As they ventured deeper into the forest, someone let out a scream and was abruptly dragged into the darkness along with his lantern by an unknown force. Then, one by one, despite their attempts to hide and flee, all craftsmen were all dragged away. Only one clever craftsman quickly extinguished his lantern. Trembling with fear, he groped his way through the forest. Fortunately, a faint light appeared in the distance. The sun was about to rise. With this faint light, he found his way back and hurried towards the shelters. As he reached the edge of the forest, the sunlight suddenly became blindingly bright, filling his eyes with a white glare. Enduring the pain, he looked closer and realized the light was not from the rising sun, but from his companion's lanterns. These lanterns were held up by the vines that had replaced his companions' heads, propping up their corpses. A chubby boy with a pale face dressed in a yellow robe rode a tall four-legged beast whose head emitted strange sounds. Just as the craftsman was about to plead for mercy, he felt a chill on his back. Then he felt himself being lifted higher and higher until he was level with the lanterns. The chubby child patted the beast's head, the sound ceased, the lanterns went out, and the night returned to its eerie stillness. The chubby boy laughed and said good materials should be used to their fullest. That's kind of dark. And like trippy. So being near these wardens, they take away my health. Ow. Broke out of that spell that we were trapped by the warden. Let's see armor. So armor is still the same on what I can make. I have a lot of will, so I can probably buy a whole new set of armor, which I probably should, but I feel like I'm at a point where this is probably getting old now, and I feel like once I buy this, something better is gonna pop up. So we're gonna hold on to it still. See if we can sell anything. Yes, we can sell. All that. What was I losing? I had to have been losing my health from the lantern thing. I see you this time, buddy. Yaksha Archer. The bow stark snap doth kindle fright, the arrow's tip doth chaos insight. Blind eyes traded for an enlightened heart, fate's ear deaf to a beneficent start. In the past, the Yaksha king was betrayed by the celestial beings, leading to the massacre of the royal family and the downfall of the Yaksha kingdom. After the kingdom's collapse, the Yakshas were forced into exile. The ceremonial archers who once guarded the royal entourage clung to their former glory and refused to shed their ornate armor. Despite their exceptional archery skills, their slow shooting speed and lack of close combat prowess made their exile particularly harsh. Due to their inadequate strength, they resorted to ambushes from the shadows. The abbot assigned them to the Gada realm for rigorous training. They endured daily torment there, especially when the Mani wheel played its beguiling chants, driving everyone mad. During these times, the blade monks would seize the opportunity to behead the archers with their large blades, leaving the Yaksha archers desperate for a way to fight back. They sought guidance from various sources and frequently challenged the blade monks, only to be defeated rapidly. One day some blind monks came to oversee the Bagada realm. They had blinded themselves to pursue the path to ultimate bliss, yet their martial arts were incredibly refined. The Yaksha archers asked for their advice, and the monks replied, "Aim too carefully and you will lose the initiative. Learn from me, gouge out your eyes, and you will shoot from the heart, never missing your mark." With the only other option available to them being annihilation, the archers adopted this drastic measure, gouging out their eyes. After this, the blade monks rarely targeted them. When asked why, a blade monk replied, "Who would want to go up against a madman? It's safer to just find another opponent." Yeah, you do gotta be wild as hell to do that. Gouge out your own eye? About these less hero flies. Starved Abomination. Yeah, they definitely were an abomination, and also an asshole trying to ambush me. Abominations do roam the frosty, chilling path, with swelling, rumbling bellies, necks adorned in wrath. They spread their malice freely, cunning and so sly, a fearsome presence to behold, loathsome to the eye. In the past, at the foot of the New West, there was a village called Changguang. In this village lived a young man who had pledged his life to a childhood sweetheart, giving her a white jade pendant as a token of their love and vowing to propose once he'd become successful. The young man was a peddler, making a living by trading gain in the surrounding areas. One day a luxurious ferry sailed down the river near the village, more splendid than anything the villagers had ever seen. At the bow stood a plump monk in a yellow robe, radiating golden light. The villagers believed he must have been enlightened. After the arrival of their ferry, the temple in the mountains grew larger and larger, and the young man's grain trade flourished. One day the young man went to the trade grain and did not return for over a month. The girl, worried, inquired about the temple's location and went there to find him. When the young man finally returned to the village, they missed each other, and the girl disappeared. The young man gathered some brave villagers to search for her in the mountains. They found no trace of her, but came across a towering pagoda by the riverbank. The young man led them there to rest. As they approached the pagoda, the door suddenly opened. Curious, someone peeked inside and screamed. Behind the door was a dungeon extending deep underground. Seemingly holding many people, the villagers, filled with righteous anger, stormed into the pagoda. After a few steps, they heard a loud bang, and the door vanished. Strange-looking Yaoguais with scythes and huge bellies emerged from the prison, laughing wickedly. One of them threw a bag of silvers to the young man and then eagerly leapt forward, swinging a scythe and cutting the nearest villagers into pieces. Realizing they had been deceived by the young man, the villagers fled deeper into the prison. The young man watched them and murmured, "Having lost my love, I cannot afford to lose my wealth." No, it ain't worth it. Oh, that was close. Be able to reach them. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to reach reach him. Is that him shooting at me? Warden nearby. Oh, right here. Oh, two of them. Nah, there's gotta be some trick to that. What the hell? Oh, yep. This is a cool place. Music's fire. Wow, I dodged all of it except there at the end. Oh, he's got like a wave to do too. Oh, he's got... I gotta keep my eye on you, guy. So I just realized, like, back before I fought the dragon, I'm gonna have to travel back there because I thought I was avoiding the path I didn't want to go, like in terms of going the right way. I wanted to go the wrong way, so to speak. So I feel like I'm gonna have to go back and explore that way I didn't originally go to. That's a new enemy. A fungaling. As mountain rains kiss the ground, youthful green is all around, and her virtues quiet display, even guise and the woods repay. In the highland bounds there lived a widow and her girl, left to fend against the harsh days alone. The mother sold pancakes in the nearby village, the girl gathered firewood, ground grain, and cooked meals, shouldering her share of the family's responsibility. Ceaseless rains had worn down the woodshed, long neglected without a man's hand. The beams rotted and the roof caved in. One day the girl found atop the ruins a gleaming mushroom, vibrant and capped like a bowl, dew dancing on its surface, a spark of life too precious to pluck. She sheltered it with straw, letting it thrive in peace. Laden with tasks, the girl had no time to play with other children. All her secrets and dreams she whispered to the mushroom as if it were a dear friend. The toils of life led the widow into illness, urgently needing money for medicine. After discussing it, the widow and her daughter decided to sell their house. A wealthy neighbor who had once been close to the widow's late husband expressed interest in buying the house. However, this neighbor was very stingy and tried to exploit the widow's illness to lower the price. They spread various rumors to scare away other potential buyers, bullying the helpless widow and her daughter. Worried and anxious, the girl often hid in the woodshed to cry. The mushrooms witnessed all her grievances. The next day, something strange happened at the neighbor's house. Overnight, mushrooms had sprouted all over their property. When the neighbors ordered their servants to clear them away, they discovered a large, eerie mushroom about a foot tall, neither green nor yellow, growing on the main beam. When they tried to cut down the mushroom with long-handled sickles, it suddenly rose into the air, opened its cap like a fishing net, and floated above them. It shook itself and then fell on the man of the house, crushing him to death. The air was filled with countless spores the creature released, knocking everyone to the ground. Afterward, the mushrooms crawled out of the ground, transforming into many guais. They helped the widow and her daughter pack their belongings and leave the village, disappearing into the mountains. Man, it's like poison ivy. So there's another... Oh, the blade... Oh, that's the first one with color. Blade Monk. A foolish monk hears a wise voice divine, beheading seen as practice and evil so refined. Crooked paths lead to ever-twisted ways, the wicked blade awakens, yet the mind still strays. The Yakshas who sought refuge in the west were merely unwilling to sever their old grudges and thus served as laid disciples in the temple. Some Yakshas, however, aspired to attain enlightenment and shaved their hair to become inner disciples. They had promised their master to sever 1,000 heads to prove their resolve. Yellow Brow was pleased and bestowed upon them special blades, calling them Blade Monks, and allowed them to practice in the Pagoda realm. If they truly managed to behead 1,000 foes, they could become Arhats in the main hall. Initially, the Blade Monks thought this task would be easy as the Pagoda realm was filled with newcomers on the path of enlightenment. However, the path grew more challenging as they found the remaining inhabitants of the Pagoda realm to be all formidable adversaries. The agile and elusive starved abominations whom they couldn't catch, the long-limbed lantern wardens whom they dared not provoke, the temperamental enslaved Yakshas whose cruel vengeance they feared, and even the weakest Yaksha archers who had become mad and terrifying after practicing the closed-eyed meditation technique. Seeing that the red-haired Yakshas often sat quietly alone, appearing very docile, they decided to target them. Although the red-haired Yakshas believed all beings deserved to live, he harbored a deep hatred for those who beheaded others due to the war that destroyed their nation, and their own fate. Thus he showed no mercy and promptly beheaded the Blade Monks, who attempted to do so. After this lesson, the Blade Monks become subdued but remain resentful. They often hid in corners, ambushing passerbys to add to their count of beheading through their treacherous means. Okay, so that makes sense now why they tried to like ambush me and behead me. Nadia, what's up? How have you been, or how are you doing? Good to see you again, by the way. Okay, he's gone. Bye. Just a relaxing Sunday. I feel that. It's pretty relaxing for me too today. I just chilled, got some shopping out the way, ate pretty good, took an unexpected nap, and then decided to hop on and play some games. Oh yeah, in your time zone? Are you located in the United States? Oh, Eastern time. So you're more of like maybe New York, Florida. Hopefully you're not affected by the hurricane going on. You're not affected by the Miami. So how are you doing with the hurricane? Wow, I'm doing so bad. I swear I heard someone in the... Okay, I do hear someone in the water. Are you in the path of the hurricane going on? Helene or Helen? He tried to ambush me. Oh. Haven't seen you before. Oh, he headbutted me. Interesting. I hit the wrong button. And I missed the opportunity. So I myself. Alright, so Lesser Yaguais. That was an enslaved Yaksha? Enslaved Yaksha, oh true kindness, how pure and bright, yet karma binds in depths of blight. With halberd in hands, I fear their gaze, from humble roots my sorrow stays. In the northwest borderlands of the kingdom of Yaotao, there was a small village where an elderly couple had been childless for many years. One day the old man went to the mountains to chop wood and discovered a young child under an ancient tree. The child's skin was dark and his appearance frightening, quite different from the village children. Seeing his frail limbs and body covered in scars, the old man assumed he was a refugee and brought him home. The old woman also found the child unusual and initially wanted to send him away. However, after washing, dressing, and feeding him, she couldn't help but feel some affection for him. After some discussion, the couple decided to keep him. At first, the couple treated the child very well, but within half a year, due to his strange appearance, the villagers began to gossip and called him ugly slave. The old couple, feeling ashamed, also started to treat him less kindly and even called him the same way as the villagers did. Damn, that's fucked up. Within 2 years, his skin turned a dark green, and the couple made him wear thick clothes to cover his entire body, forbidding him to take them off even in the scorching heat. 3 years later, the ugly slave grew more robust, and horns began to sprout from his head. The old man, increasingly fearful, confined him to the woodshed. Whenever he was angry, he would enter and whip the child, sometimes even using a hatchet to cut off his horns, leaving him covered in blood. The old woman, disgusted by the sight, blamed everything on the child. She would beat him when upset and even burn him with fire when she felt ashamed. The ugly slave endured this torment in the woodshed for another 5 years. One day, a group of wandering Yakshas passed by and heard curses in the Yaksha tongue coming from the woodshed. They broke in and found their tormented kin. They gave the ugly slave a long halberd, and in his fury he stormed into the house and repaid the old couple for all they had done to him. Years later, the ugly slave's resentment still simmers, and only by tormenting his prey can he find any semblance of joy. That is dark and depressing. Is he up here? I hear someone shooting something at me, but... Okay, I guess we're going upstairs. Okay, we're close to an offering. This is where I want to be at. Ow. Alright, let me use the magic on you. Another lesser Yaogwai, a red-haired Yaksha. Also, his portrait is in color, second one we've seen. Red-haired Yaksha, with sword in hand, the foe's chest pierced, blood-soaked hair, and battle fierce, endless sorrow for a fallen land, east wind sighs as west winds stand. In the kingdom of Yaksha, there were eight great generals, one of whom was named Mian. He had once practiced under the Golden Summit Immortal at the Yuzan Temple, located at the foot of Mount Lingshan. Having fought countless battles, he possessed the valor of a warrior who could face 10,000 enemies. When a formidable enemy attacked, the Yaksha king appointed Mian as the vanguard general. Mian set up a large camp at the border and addressed his soldiers. If any of you fear battle, walk away now, and I won't hold it against you. But know that if we lose this foothold, the kingdom will fall. Our elders, children, and all our wealth become the property of our enemies. With these words, he and the entire army swore a blood oath to advance and never retreat. The Yaksha army, isolated and outnumbered, faced an enemy surrounding them on all sides. Their banners, blotting out the sky, wave after wave of enemy forces attacked relentlessly. Mian and his troops fought fiercely, suffering heavy casualties. Ultimately, Mian was surrounded by numerous Arhats and was beheaded. The soldiers, countless among them having sacrificed their lives, retrieved their general's head, placing Mian's head in his coffin. They witnessed his body slowly sit up and lament, "If we lose our homeland, what difference does it make whether I have a head or not?" With these words, he closed his eyes and fell back down, finally passing away as blood gushed from his neck, staining his hair red. Later, his subordinates, in a display of loyalty and bravery, poured the blood of their enemies over their heads, emulating Mian. Despite their valor, the kingdom of Yaksha was ultimately destroyed, but not a single soldier from Mian's army deserted. Loyal to the end. Okay, I should be close to an offering. I gotta be. This is what I've been needing, please. I really can't make it past this bridge. This is harder than the dragon I just fought. That's wild. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore this guy. You're not worth it. You're not. Oh no, unless you want me to fight you. Now we're just gonna keep moving forward. We need to get out of this prison. I did my time, bro. I wish I could like know what those symbols are though, like the purple ones, but I don't know. Not about to knock me off. Too far, buddy. Okay, so it looks like that's the right way, at least to an offering. We're gonna go this way. No, I lied. We're gonna go this way. We want to go to an offering. Yes, save. Save, please. Rest up. Okay. That's going into the prison. Which could be a bad thing. Who knows what's in there? Let's read about him. Falcon fan maker. The swan soars high, and its plumage lush and grand. The sparrow flits low, with feathers light and bland. The noble cherish wings, not swayed by gain or loss. The wise foresee afar, their strength endures across. Feathered birds are masters of riding the wind. Among them the gyre falcons, living on the snowy peaks, are particularly skilled in crafting magical items that control frigid gales. They use their down feathers to create fans, which are highly prized by the wind-making mother deity and cloud-making boy deity. According to their clan rules, every gyre falcon? Gyre falcon? Gyre falcon? Must learn the art of crafting these vessels. Those who refuse are stripped of their titles and exiled from the clan. To encourage innovation, the clan holds an annual competition where the quality of vessels produced determines one's status within the clan. One gyre falcon, whose ancestors were all commoners, dreamt of creating a treasure fan to elevate his status to nobility. He spared no feathers to enhance the power of his vessel. After much hardship, he finally created a fan and won the competition, becoming the clan leader. However, he had plucked all his feathers and could no longer fly, eventually resorting to wearing clothes to cover his baldness. On the day of his succession, the celestial crane immortal, head of the feathered tribe in the upper realm, came to bestow a celestial registry tablet upon him. Proud of his fan, the new leader boasted to the crane immortal. The crane immortal then lent him the plantain fan, saying, "This is a failed creation of Lord Lao. Since you also make fans, I gift it to you. After the crane immortal left, the clan leader tried the fan and was immediately disheartened by its immense power. He no longer wanted his clan members to use their feathers to make fans. He led his followers away from the snowy peaks to search for plantain leaves. Eventually, they found some near the New West, and imitating the crane immortal's method, created many replicas and regained his ability to fly. It's an interesting bridge. Cool bridge, cool bridge. Whoa! That's like... wild enemy. Bro, what is going on? What was that? Second try? First try? Okay, what did we get? Yaoguai King anecdote recorded. Okay, let's see what we got first though. The spirit of Captain Wise Voice. That was dude, the boss fights in this are so cool. Couldn't even get the words out. Okay, so Captain Wise Voice. The voice enlightens all. For pride and wisdom you lost your debate, and ecstasy beyond measure your true self is complete. The waves of Dharma, flooding, engulfing, overwhelming, your mindfulness is lost in the world of evil. You question the sky, the earth, and Buddha. One wrong step, and every step thereafter repeats. Here the winner loses, the losers win. The risen falls, the fallen rises. You know how to save the lost in evil's heartbeat. May your body serve this land. The teachings of golden form shrouds all beings in their deceit. Alright. That was a very cool boss fight. Let's go back out this way. I do have my gourd replenished, but I think I'm gonna actually go ahead and use this up. Anything to sell? Oh yeah, we got plenty to sell. Rest. Craft armor. Still no new armor besides these ones. We have a lot of will. I could even buy this one. Okay, I feel like this is a good note to end it on. I got some editing to do and then get ready to head to the gym. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to catch you on the next playthrough. You guys have a good one.